We're joined now by Raptors GM Bobby Webster. Bobby, thank you for doing this.
Thanks for coming. You came to our place this time. So.
Yeah, I came to you instead of the Zoom calls. I know Media Day isn't exactly fun for you guys, but is it nice to be home?
It's really nice to be home. Just telling you, it's walking the streets. Having things open, things in the park. I mean, I have 2 kids, so we're fully back into Toronto lifestyle. So it's fun.
Nice. Do you notice any difference about just the team's mentality and everyone being back in their place? Like it would have to be some sort of comfort.
I always related to like my kids, like they feel settled. So like I'm sure everyone else feels settled. Especially some of the new guys who haven't been here. I think we all wanted them to experience the city, whether it's Gary or Scotty, just to feel the energy that I think we all know is so cool about Toronto. But to have them actually live it here is really important for us.
Listen, we understand that public health is paramount and that the starting point is always everyone's health and safety first. And playing the sport is a privilege. But how tough was it to play last year in Tampa and have all the circumstances that went on?
Listen, I think relatively speaking, it wasn't that tough, but I hear the point, which is, when we came back and where we're here now, it's like, listen, it's been a year and a half since we've actually, really lived in Toronto in a kind of, quote unquote normal way. So I think really like I'm putting it behind us. It's like, how do we focus positively on being back in Toronto and moving forward? It was a tough year, but, let's move on.
So when folks are like, and the only reason I ask about it is when folks are handicapping the team, they're trying to figure out, okay, so what was last year? Like, can you guys get a good grasp of what last year was?
Welcome to our world. But I think, listen, we've all had a difficult season or a difficult, year of assessing, your own selves and how well you've done. So I think we took the positives out of the year. I think we saw some growth from OG, from Fred, from Chris Boucher. I think we're fully expecting Pascal to be back to what we know him to be, and then some of the young guys, I'm not sure they're going to remember it. So I think for them it's short memory and move forward. But no, you obviously want to take the positives out of the year, and I think we did see a few of those last year.
Did you guys, as a team or as a league, ask for the national interest exemption from the government when it comes to traveling across the border?
Yes. So we have the NIE. So the exemption is to cross back and forth. Obviously, we have to test. We have to follow, certain protocols. But I think it's more for the visiting teams, similar to the Blue Jays, where the teams can come across. If you're unvaccinated, you have a stringent set of protocols. Can't leave your hotel. Can't leave the arena. Test every day. Masks. So listen, public health, the NBA. I think everybody felt comfortable from kind of health and safety that it was okay.
So how does that affect your team? Are you close to being fully vaxxed?
Yeah, sorry, I just said. So we are very, very close. On opening night, we expect to be 100%, and we are currently just 1 second dose away.
It's from my understanding, the NHL declined this national interest exemption. Was there any thought of that from the NBA to not go that route?
No, we were, I think, living through the bubble, and I want to say the NBA has been at the forefront of a lot of the testing and vaccine education, as we've all seen. So no, we wanted to push that because we felt like it was really important for for Toronto, so that we're playing in front of full teams, but also for the NBA to feel like, hey, like they're stepping up, they're holding the players to a really high standard. So no, we applied for it, fully expecting that there would be some scrutiny on it, but we wanted to pass that.
Okay, so from what you're telling me, you expect what is in 2021 almost a normal year when it comes to players coming in.
Normal considering the times, yes.
Yeah.
Players will come back and forth. They'll be subject to those protocols, but you'll get to see all your favorite road team players play.
Understood. What are the expectations around this year? Because it's difficult coming off of what we were talking about last year and the change that's going on this year.
Listen, every year we come to training camp, we're going to have our team meeting tonight. We're going to preach competitiveness, winning, holding yourself accountable, being a pro, and that'll be no different. I think, maybe we've all been a bit, lucky to go into seasons, with different expectations. But I think it'll be fun. I think the journey of watching this team grow, win some games they're not supposed to win, probably lose some games they're not supposed to lose. But I think that's the fun of it. And I think we're going to be competitive. The mindset. I just talked to Fred the other day, and he's like, listen, like, I want to win every single game. And so I think that's like, who we are, and that's what we've developed.
Did you realize that Vegas has you guys missing the playoffs?
I've seen it. I think Vegas has undershot us multiple times in the past, so we don't put too much stock in that.
They have you guys have been over your win total repeatedly.
Not last year.
Not last, yeah, but repeat. I think it was 9 years in a row before that one. Who do you expect to step into the leadership role left by Kyle Lowry, or the void left by Kyle Lowry?
Listen, no, not one person, but I think towards the end of last season in Tampa, we started to have those conversations with Fred, OG, and Pascal. I think that's the core that's been here. They've been in the league a while. They've played together. They've won together, and so we had those conversations with them, which is not only on the court, it's off the court, right? And so there are going to be young players coming onto this team that are going to view them like maybe they viewed Kyle, or maybe they viewed Serge or Mark. And so I think that's kind of a little bit of the role reversal. And so listen, we're here to help them. We have a ton of resources to help them develop their voice within the team. But I think it'll largely fall on those three.
All right, two more. First one, where is Pascal in his rehab, and when do you have an idea of when you'd expect him back?
Timelines are tough, as you know, but he's been working out every day in the training center. He's 1-0. He's not cleared for contact yet. But when you see him, he looks, there's no, loss of movement or anything in his shoulder. So I think it's just as it heals, once he gets cleared for contact, I'm sure we'll send out a release and people will know.
Okay, so you and I are dancing around whether or not this is a playoff team. What do you guys want to see early that would denote to you that you're on the right path and the right trajectory?
I think for one, the growth from the young guys. So they're stepping into roles, right? So they're not exactly the same as last year. I think obviously, listen, wins and losses matter. So you have to win some games early. And I think just a level of competitiveness. And so I think a hallmark of our teams has always been, listen, we're going to fight to the end. We're never going to give up. And so we want to keep that. A lot of that was from Kyle, but I think a lot of our other players have that. So, I think we'll see over the course of the first month or two, how competitive we're going to be.
I know that Media Day can feel kind of like a human car wash, but we appreciate you going through this part of the car wash
This
with
is
us.
early in the car wash, so I'm good.
Nice.
Cool.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, man.